Today's video, we're going to talk about Milwaukee's M18 Fuel QUIK LOK attachment system. It seems that everything is becoming cordless these days, and while really convenient, cordless is super convenient, I find the multitude of battery platforms, batteries, and chargers frustrating to keep track of, transport, store, and organize. Wouldn't it be nice if one battery fit all? Maybe someday, but not right now. Milwaukee came out with a new M18 fuel attachment system, and it's with QUIK LOK. That's what they call it. And this system delivers a multitude of outdoor power equipment in one system. And it's designed to be used with their M18 batteries and a power head that's compatible with different attachments. It has a string trimmer attachment, an edger for edging walkways and sidewalks, a pole saw, chainsaw, pole saw, and a hedge trimmer. So this system, it gives you the versatility to add tools to a complete range of outdoor power equipment, landscaping applications without having to invest in individual dedicated tools. That's going to result in lower cost of ownership. So while the QUIK LOK system is clearly designed for landscaping pros, it can benefit almost anyone who's using that M18 platform, including myself. Additionally, the system should appeal to others, such as new homeowners looking to reduce initial dedicated tool costs, pros working in environments that have restrictions on noise and things like that, maybe environments that require restrictions from gas, fumes, and emissions and stuff. I can think of places like hospital environments, maybe near ventilation systems, something like that. And anyone wanting to avoid that whole fuel, prime, pull, and start process that gas-powered tools deal with. You can enter this QUIK LOK system through two ways, through the string trimmer kit or the pole saw kit. And then once you buy that kit, you can add additional tools as needed, accessories as needed. The power head is interesting. It ships with a 9 amp hour battery, and the first thing you'll notice about the power head is its throttle. When you turn it on, the tool, boom, it reacts instantly. There is no lag time, no ramp up time. The power head accepts all M18 batteries, and according to Milwaukee, the only accessory that they allow to be used on a lower setting is the string trimmer. Everything else should be set on high. The power head attachments, they attach through a positive locking mechanism. And once connected, basically the accessories, they operate off the power head motor via connected drive shafts, and it spins the accessory. The power head trigger has a variable speed on it, and I personally found myself, when I was using it, feathering the trigger on some applications. You know, starting a cut or easing a cut or whatever. The two motion safety switch on the power head is a little bit annoying at first, but UL requirements require that from accidental starts. Just think about the pole saw and the hedge trimmer. Accidentally starting one of those could be just a bad day. So that's a safety thing. There are extension attachments that come in 3 feet, additional length attachments, and that's going to give you further reach on the two accessories, the pole saw and the hedge trimmer. Each of those accessories, the extensions, are 41.5 inches long, and that's going to give you a 40.5 inch working length. They weigh almost 2 pounds, 1.95, and they cost $54. On the chainsaw, the pole saw attachment, it weighs 4.2 pounds, 10-inch Oregon bar and chain, and surprisingly smooth and fast cuts. It was designed to be run on high speed, and it can fully submerge itself into a branch. Milwaukee did some runtime testing on this chainsaw, the pole saw, called chainsaw. They used a 9 amp hour battery, and they cut 3-inch diameter oak dowels. They got 150 cuts out of it. As the speed of the pole saw increases, the torque drops, and that relationship between the speed and the torque, it's a trade-off. Milwaukee decided they wanted their pole saw attachment with a lower speed in it so that it would have better torque in hardwoods. Makes sense to me. The result is a saw that basically is going to maintain its speed in hardwoods and doesn't bog down. And I used it in all kinds of different stuff cutting. It's a great little saw. It's got power. I especially liked the pull hook, or they call it a branch hook on the pole saw. The hook is obviously used for, pulling branches out of the tree, but you can actually use it to capture a branch and add leverage so you can push down on the blade. And we found it useful when you couldn't get that downward pressure. You're working way up over your head. Pole saw comes with an easy access, easy to use chain tensioner and a translucent reservoir and automatic oiler for blade oil. Super easy to use and easy to see. Let's talk about the trimmer. The trimmer weighs 5.8 pounds, a little bit heavier, 20 inches long, and it's rated for branches up to 1 inch in diameter. And it was designed to be run at high speed, and you're gonna get about 2 hours of runtime, depending on the size of branches that you're trimming. Lighter branches, longer runtime. Makes sense. We liked that the Hedge Trimmer head is adjustable. So the whole head articulates, and it articulates 270 degrees in rotation, but actually has a 180 degree operational position, and they give you 13 fixed positions. One interesting feature about the Hedge Trimmer is the adjustable head can be used for ground clearing, and you can use that on cutting perennials, trail cleaning, fall cleanups, and just heavy underbrush clearing. The Hedge Trimmer actually is a better attachment to use for this kind of clearing, the brush, over the string trimmer. And the reason is that the Hedge Trimmer actually pulls less current than the string trimmer, resulting in better runtime for you. There is an edger attachment, and look, not everybody uses an edger, but when you need one, man, does it do a nice job. And it does a really nice job edging those hard surfaces such as sidewalks, walkways, flower beds, and curbs. And I've got a ton around my house. It's designed to be run on high speed and uses a standard industry-sized 8-inch blade. The guard on the edger has an alignment line all the way around it, and it's machined in so you can see the location of that blade when you're cutting, give you better cutting control. And there's an adjustable wheel on the back with a knob that allows you to adjust the depth of cut. Quick, easy to use, we found. Super easy, intuitive. While pro users may go through a blade a week, I'm thinking residential users like myself, I'm gonna get 1 or 2 blades for the life of the tool. Probably. There's a rubber mud flap in the rear, and that's to protect you from kickback debris. And on the bottom of the tool is an easily accessible and replaceable skid plate, and that's there to protect the gear housing from concrete impact and abrasion. Let's talk about runtime. It's going to give you about an hour of runtime, but that's going to depend on whether you're edging maintained edges or never before edges like my yard. String trimmer. The trimmer has a bump feed mechanism like all trimmers, and when I first started using it, I took the line head off to look at it, inspect it, see how it was made, and putting it back was annoying. I couldn't figure out how to wind it back up until I watched Milwaukee's video on how to replace the string. Super easy, and man, did I feel like a dummy after I watched that. This thing's gonna spin at 6,200 RPMs, which is a 15% increase over prior generations. The protective shroud, the guard that protects it, has a 14-inch swath adjustable up to 16. It comes 14 from the factory. 2 different size stringer lines. You can do a .080 diameter, which is good for regular grass like I have at my house, or .095 diameter, which is a pro grade use, and also thicker vegetation and brush. When the trimmer is set to 14 inches and a 0.80 line, you're going to see a 1 hour runtime. With the 16-inch setting, the tip of the trimmer line is actually moving faster, and it's going to result in more impact energy, and that's going to give you way more aggressive cutting. Pro users will appreciate the larger cutting swath and better cutting efficiency with thicker materials. Look, obviously there's a trade-off between power and runtime, something that most cordless tools pretty much understand by now. So look, we've been using these tools in this system, and so far I've used the pole saw and the Hedge Trimmer on job sites as well as my house to cut back trees and vegetation. Both tools worked well and had plenty of power. You know, it was funny, it wasn't until after I used both attachments that I realized I had the power head on the low setting. I know it's not recommended, but I did it. The tools worked fine in low. Milwaukee actually recommends using them both on high, and on the high setting, they were extremely powerful. The power was awesome. On small, there's one small fitment issue I do want to talk to you guys about. I noticed the indexing from the accessory pole into the power head shaft. The accessory pole just should slide straight down, and there's an indicator line and an arrow. And a couple of times I had difficulty fully seating the Torx like drive shaft male-female connectors. And when I looked at it closer, it seemed like they just weren't lining up. So sometimes just a little bit of a rotation got them to insert quickly and easily. Other times I couldn't get it to move, so I just cycle the trigger for a minute or for a second just to rotate that head a little bit, and the power head receiver moved just enough that it clicked in. Just something to be aware of. We do recommend using the accessory strap that comes with this tool. It completely takes the tool weight off your arms, and that's needed for the hedge trimmer and the pole saw. Power head comes with a 9 amp hour battery. That weighs 8.5 pounds. And you need to add weight for each accessory. For example, the string trimmer is 3.8 pounds, pole saw is 3 pounds, that edger attachment is 5.2 pounds, and then the hedge trimmer is 5.8 pounds. I use the edge trimmer and the string trimmer on my property to test it because I don't cut lawns for a living. Both worked well, and I can see the edger being super useful in just keeping the grass from overgrowing those walkways and granite curbing. Think St. Augustine grass down south. The grass trimmer was smooth. It is the smoothest grass trimmer I've ever used in my life, and I hate grass trimmers. I used the grass trimmer and the hedge trimmer to clear some low brush as well because I just was curious. The better tool, hedge trimmer. String trimmers have historically been a pain in the ass to reload the string. Well, not this unit. I love how fast the string trimmer can be resupplied with string when empty. It takes seconds. It is by far the easiest and fastest system I've seen yet. One major plus for me, I guess, for this whole QUIK LOK system is that it runs off Milwaukee's battery platform. Since I'm already invested in the platform with my carpentry tools, this means I don't have to buy more batteries. I don't need all the chargers. I can use the system off of my carpentry tool platform on my own home. Makes sense. The kit pricing, you're gonna see the pole saw sell for about $3.99 and the string trimmer kit for $3.29. Then you've got to start looking at attachments if they make sense for you. For example, the hedge trimmer attachment, $164 approximately. The pole saw, $164. The edger attachment, $109. And then finally, the grass trimmer is $109, and the extension poles are $54. Overall thoughts. The Milwaukee QUIK LOK system gives you a bunch of stuff that you need to think about. It gives you versatility to add tools to a complete range of landscaping applications without having to invest in dedicated tools or gas. I could never get my gas trimmer to start. The end result is a much lower cost of ownership, plus you can use your cordless tool battery platform to charge these tools and operate these tools. Now if Milwaukee just developed a battery-powered lawnmower, we'd be all set. All joking aside, this system is impressive, powerful, super useful on my job site and in my yard. I was impressed with the QUIK LOK system and highly recommend you take a closer look at it. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, comment, we want to hear your comments, your feedback, and hit that post notification bell. We'll see you next time.